Good morning, everyone. So, upo na tayo dito. Upo na. Yan. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Yan. How's your day? Kumusta ang araw natin? Masaya sila. So, this morning ay mag-aaral tayo ng isang salita pero napakahalaga. Ano kaya yun? Love. Very good. Let's go. What is love? Okay, sa inyo, what is love? What is the definition of love? Okay, mahal daw kay kuya. Very good. Again, sino pa? What is love?
Mahal kay ate.
And very good. Again, thank you.
Mahal kay tatay.
Yan, again. Okay, ano pa?
Mama.
Oh, mahal mama sila. So, lahat ng sagot nyo ay tama. Bakit mahal natin si mama at si papa? Kasi daw inalagaan tayo. So, do you love me? This question ay naitanong lang sa akin. At itatanong ko sa inyo, do you love me? Yes. So, do you love your mother? How about your father? How about your brother? How about your sister? How about your teachers? And last, your best friend. Do you love them? Yeah, and you should love them. So this question, ay may nagtanong sa akin. Sino kaya ang nagtanong nito? Ang nagtanong nito ay Sino? Sino nagtanong? God. So, why do you think we need to love God? Bakit kailangan natin mahalin ang Panginoon?
Kasi ginawa tayo ng Panginoon.
Exactly, tama. Ano pa?
Para pupunta kami sa langit.
Very good. God, we need to love God because God first loved us. Very good. Kailangan nating mahalin ang Panginoon kasi siya yung unang nagmahal sa atin. And how you will show that you love God? Paano natin ipapakita sa ibang tao na mahal natin ang Panginoon? Ipapakita natin sa Panginoon na mahal natin siya. Anong gagawin natin? We need to love others. Ibig sabihin, para masabi natin na mahal natin ang Panginoon, kailangan nating mahalin ang iba. By means of what? By means of respect, magtumulong sa iba, yon. Kasi, mahal ko si mama at si papa kahit wala sila sa akin by means of praying. I'm always praying for them kahit na malayo sila sa akin. So, tayo din, kailangan mag-show tayo ng love sa iba by means of what? Ano pa yung kailangan natin ipakita para may pamahagay natin yung love ng Panginoon sa atin? So, by means of giving respect, by means of loving others. So our key text this morning is found in, can you read? John 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. So our hashtag for today is #Let's Love araw-araw. So hindi lang dapat tayo ngayon magmamahal, kundi for the near coming sa mga susunod pang araw dapat mag-show tayo ng love sa bawat isa. So thank you and God bless everyone. You now go back to your proper seat.
Good morning and happy Sabbath, everybody. Before I begin with the talk, I would like to take this occasion to personally, on behalf of the church, because I am an elder, to thank a certain person who is so very valuable and had made great contribution with our audiovisual and media thing. I would like to thank, in behalf of the church, Brother Esteves, for your work in this church in the audiovisual area. You have done so much. You posted the program on the internet, and thank you so much. We will really miss your services. Brother Esteves will be with us for the last time today because he's going away for some advanced studies. Thank you very much, Brother Esteves. There was this occasion held at Villa Cáceres in Naga City yesterday. It was an oath-taking for new pastors of environmental planning board examination. You see, a few weeks back, I took this licensure examination, and the passing percentage for this year's exam is 39.4%, or 4 out of 10 passed the exam. And I would like to inspire you, especially you students, you young people, to never let age or circumstances that you can control ever stop you from achieving your dreams. I am almost a senior citizen in a couple of years, but it did not stop me from pursuing a goal. You see, there is nothing impossible with God. My mother, who is 93 years old, does not recognize my older sisters anymore. I am thankful she still recognizes me. She is suffering from a disease called Alzheimer. You may also have heard the word dementia. What is the difference between dementia and Alzheimer? Dementia is the umbrella term used to describe a group of symptoms that people with various brain disorders might have with their memory, with their language, and with their thinking. Alzheimer's disease is the best known of these brain disorders and the most common cause of dementia. There is no cure for it, my brethren. If you have an Alzheimer, you forget everything. You forget to eat, you forget to pee, you forget to poo, you even forget to live. About a month ago, my mom was rushed to the hospital and we thought she was a goner. And when my mom recovered, we siblings decided to hold a reunion in celebration of her life. We had a very beautiful and happy moments together as a family. And I would encourage you, brethren, to visit your aging folks and celebrate life with them before it is too late. I mentioned my mom having an Alzheimer because I believe I am going to that direction too. Eventually, not now yet. You can ask my staff and they will tell you how forgetful I am. But experiencing forgetfulness and poor memory that I am having did not stop me from self-studying for the board exam. And I am telling you this because I want you to know that age, limitations like physical or financial or whatever it is, are not an excuse for achieving your goals. If I can do it, the more you can, because you are gifted with youthfulness, with vitality, with brains and knowledge. Believe you me, friends and brethren, you are smarter than me. Now, yesterday, I left the campus for that occasion not wearing this barong. I wore this barong yesterday, but it has a kind of story that I would want to share with you. I was wearing a long sleeve shirt with a tie. I went to the venue, registered, paid my dues, and sat inside waiting for others. Then people began to come in. I did not mind them. I just sat down there and did some texting on my phone. And as more people came in, I began to notice that all the women are wearing Filipiniana and all the men are wearing barong. And I began to feel very self-conscious because I felt so out of place. So I went to the register table and asked for a program. And when I took a look at it, to my horror, it reads, inductees are to wear Filipiniana and barong. Guest in formal attire. I am not a guest. I am an inductee. I should wear a barong. And I began to panic. What should I do now? In 30 minutes, the program will start. If I go back to NVAC to change, even if I drive 100 kilometers per hour, I will not make it. I was expecting everything is okay, but in reality, it was not. So what I did next, I went to the nearest mall and bought this barong. Listen, learn. Lack of information is costly, my friends. There was never a plan and a budget to buy this barong, but I have to do it or else I won't belong. If I have known about this requirement earlier, then this would not have happened. Here in NVAC, dear students, you are given the opportunity to know, to gain knowledge. But more than learning from your textbooks and from your teachers, you are given the opportunity to know and learn about God. Make the most of this opportunity, for you will pass over this way but once, and precious are the opportunities granted you. Not knowing is very dangerous. Hosea 4:6 says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because you have rejected knowledge, I will also reject you. And as I was driving back from the mall, I was thinking about the entire thing, and I remembered Jesus' parable on the wedding garment. Remember the Jesus parable of the wedding garment? You can find it in Matthew 22, verses 1 to 14. There you can find it. Jesus spoke to them again in parable, saying, the kingdom of heaven may be compared to a king who gave a wedding feast for his son. What happened? But when the king came in to look over the dinner guest, he saw a man there who was not dressed in wedding clothes. And he said to him, friend, how did you come in here without wedding clothes? And the man was speechless. He cannot say anything. Then the king said to his servants, bind him and hand and foot, and threw him in the outer darkness. In that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For many are called, but few are chosen. Many are called to be in the church. In fact, in the dormitories, probably this morning, your monitors check your rooms and urge you to come here to worship. Many are called, but unless we wear Christ's robe of righteousness, then this calling is in vain, because many are called, but few are chosen. When I realized that I was not wearing the proper attire, I felt out of place. I felt I don't belong. And the same is true when we don't wear Christ's robe of righteousness. We will be out of place. We will not belong. The last lesson learned yesterday is about being equipped and ready. Remember the parable of the 10 virgins? I'm sure you know that. 5 of them were foolish and 5 of them were wise. The foolish ones have not made any preparation, while the wise were ready at any moment's notice. When the bridegroom came and announcement was made, the foolish virgins were not able to attend the wedding because they were not ready. As I remember this parable, and I remember this parable because during the oath-taking, I was taking some pictures. Then my phone died. It was not adequately charged. The more important pictures were missed out because I have not prepared myself. Brethren, same is true with our spiritual life. When we fail to be ready, we are ready to fail. When we do not take good care of our relationship with God and with Jesus, the relationship will be gone and lost forever. Let us read our key text again. How great is the love of the Father that He has lavished on us, that we should be called the children of God. And that is what we are. The reason the world does not know us is that it did not know Him. Dear friends, now we are children of God, and what we will be has not yet been made known. But we know that when He appears, we shall be like Him, for we shall see Him as He is. Everyone who has this hope in Him purifies himself just as He is pure. Of all the names found in the Bible for God, none seems to reveal more than about His true nature than the term Father. The knowledge of God's Father love is the first and simplest, but also the last and the highest lesson that we can learn concerning His designs for mankind. To speak of God as our Father is to say a great deal about Him. Jesus tried to help us understand this dimension of God. He spoke of His Father's constant nearness, generosity, mercy, and love. Jesus also helped us to see that the Father forgives and forgets when we met the condition. And of course, as our Father, God sometimes disciplines us when we need it. He also rewards us and protects us and takes time to listen to our cries. But as we think about God, seldom do we take into account the expectations that He has for us. I believe that God is the greatest of all visionaries. There are certain hopes, dreams, and plans that He has in mind for each one of us. In fact, a very popular text that I believe most of you know concerning God's dreams and plans for us is found in Jeremiah 29:11. For those who are not aware of this, don't forget this verse. Keep this in mind while you work, while you study. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and future." In face of difficulty, my dear students, I urge you to challenge God with this promise. Most parents, if they truly love their children, expect certain things of this. If I'm going to ask you, students, what are your parents' expectations for you? Most of you will probably answer to focus on study. I think nobody would say, my parents are expecting me to find a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Probably yes, when you are about to graduate in college. But believe me, parents pray and work and do all they can to influence their children in certain direction. They have high hopes, big dreams, lofty expectations. Parents want you to be successful. Above all, parents want their children to have a deep and lasting relationship with God, one that will see them through any crisis here on earth and give them absolute assurance concerning the future. What children do for a living, how much money they make, where they live, what kind of family they have, what kind of education they acquire, these things are secondary. In fact, they are really meaningless if they are not in the will of God. As the scripture says in Mark 8:36, what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and lost his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Very profoundly, John said in 3 John 1:4, I have no greater joy than to hear my children walking in the truth. So I say to my sons, I have 4 sons by the way, and they are all stable and they have their own lives. I live alone. I say to them, I don't care about how much you are earning, or the cars you are driving, or the money, or your degrees, or anything else. All I care and my greatest joy is to see you and your children walking in the truth and staying in faith. The best goals and dreams that parents can have for their children are spiritual in nature. This is the legacy of parenthood. Your parents care for you and want the best for you. And just as we parents have expectations in regard to our children, so also God expects certain things from us. And this is the meat of our study today. What are these God's expectations of